Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we are out here in rural Nebraska. Uh, no, no, it's still Arkansas. Anyways, besides this, it is a little cold today, and we're coming out here Monday afternoon. We're gonna be getting some seatbelts. Before I forget, okay? My name's Damien. Welcome to Blue Collar, everybody. Hope you guys are having a blessed day. And I'm going to turn this camera around, show you where we're going to be getting some seat belts once I find and decide which one I'm going to take. And then show you around, because we might actually see one of these on the channel one day. Probably the one that you're sitting on right now, because it's an alright one. Needs a lot of work, but it's alright. And I'll have to turn you around and see the other guests for today. So you'll be happy to see them too. Alright, here we are. And here's the guests of today. They're all just hanging out. We usually feed them in the mule here, so they're thinking I'm going to give them food, but joke's on them. We're looking at a truck today. Anyways, this is the truck that I'm probably going to be taking the lap belts out of to help fix the 67, but I'm also thinking we could probably fix this thing up at some point. So, oh, our guests aren't happy, apparently. So, regardless of that, we might fix this up. Now, it's been in this field for a very long time, and obviously these guys like to rub into it. But one day we might come out here and see if the motor spins and stuff. Let's go ahead and hop inside. And here's what I'm thinking. Alright, we need lap belts, right? We can't have stuff hanging like back there. I mean, I know that's a lap belt, okay, but just for instance, say that was right up here and it would pull across. We can't use the two thing. I forget the name of it. Regular seat belt, sure. We need a lap belt, but we have an issue. This broken. So what I'm thinking is if I just take the buckle piece right here, maybe if I just take this and figure out a way to pull the belt that's on the old Dodge, the 67, because this is a 70 something or other. If we can pull the old belt out off the bad part and just put that over the old belt to make it newer, maybe we can do that. So I'm thinking I'm gonna just try to pull these off. Maybe I might have to cut this, but maybe it'll just slide out. I don't know. We'll see. Be right back. Okay, so both of them did come off. We wanted up the end of the belt where it has this little notch to where it won't go through. We just won't allow it. Went ahead and cut it off so we can take the belt out. And both of these still click. The way that you make sure is you just stick this side in here or here, yeah. And then you click it, and if it comes out, it works. So it did. So now we got those two. And we'll have to go back and see how we're going to put the belt on, because I don't know, we'll have to figure it out. Before I forget, if ours are different on the 67, which they could be, we might have to take these too, but hopefully not. Hopefully they'll work just the way they do. We'll see. Alright, here we are at the truck. I put those buckles there. I want to see if these fit before I get anywhere. I don't want to get too crazy and these not fit in right. So we're going to go ahead. Oop. Already can see that they won't. And hindsight being 2020, should have thought about that. But, you know, you never really know till you try. Cat, you need to get out of there. Get out of there. He doesn't listen too well. Anyways. I'm going to have to go back, pick up the other piece to the set, and then we're going to have to see what we can do from there. I really wanted to not do that because I don't think it's the right thing. So we'll have to figure that out. What we could wind up doing is keeping the inside belt on both sides and then making something work on the outside belt. Well, technically we'd be doing that with both, but I'll show you what I'm thinking later. Right now I gotta go back up there and get them. Okay. Okay, everybody, buckle up. We're about to go on a trip here, right back up the road to my grandpa's house and see about getting some of the other parts we need. Hold on to your britches now. Devoted as they are still here. So I'm going to go ahead and set this camera up, which you can see is right here on the back of the mule. It's going to be pointing towards that truck right there. And I'm going to go ahead and first things first, remember if it clips in here or not. You want to make sure you get the right one if you're going to pull it at all. And other than that, I'm going to set you guys up and we're going to get to pulling those two out of there and get right back to the house. Alright, after further examination and not knowing how to take that plastic piece off, I've decided that this might not actually be long enough because ours doesn't sit on the side like that, it sits back here. So what I'm thinking is we'll come over here to this truck, and it has the factory like full seat belt up top, but as you can see, you can slide it through. So what I'm thinking is I can unbolt it here and slide this off of this and just take the buckle. But I'm gonna have to make sure that this will actually clip into the ones that we have, because if not, then we'll have to use those. Okay, so I've already torqued on this thing, and it's pretty tight. It was rusted in there a little bit, but I got it to break free, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop this off real quick. I already tested this buckle piece here. It actually does fit. So even though this is for a lap belt, it'll fit in there fine. So we're gonna still use the ones out of that old truck over there. We're just gonna try to take these off real quick and then see about, you know what? I don't think it's even gonna be worth taking this off, because on the bottom of this belt here, you really can't slide this off. So I might, unfortunately, I might cut it and just slide this off of here. So I might do that instead of taking this off, because these are old anyways. I'm going to be putting them on different belts. So I'll just cut it on both sides, take the part that we need, and someday replace them. Alright, we took these off here real quick. Here's the other ones. We're going to put those in the keepsake for now. And then we're going to take this stuff back to the house. Okay, here's the plan. I'm going to be taking these buckles and stuff belt and putting the new ones on. So this one I'm gonna have to cut off, unfortunately, because one, it won't fit, and two, there's no other way to get it to go on the thing. So we're gonna have to cut this one off. And on this side, we should be able to just slide this one off to an extent. Maybe. Just like so. Once we get it most of the way off, we'll have to cut this one on the end as well, because I'm pretty sure it is designed where it just won't slide through. So, see if I can get it to slide through there real quick. Very doubtful. Just gonna have to cut this right here, I think. So on this one, we're only cutting the end off, okay? That's all we're cutting. See, I'm saving the hard side for off camera because it's going to take a little bit. Here's the one that actually operates properly. Okay, so we'll hang on to that one. We're going to go ahead and cut down the stitching is what I'm thinking I'm going to do on this. So we'll come over here. And these are just folded like that on top of each other and then stitched. So we should be able to just get in here and cut straight through the stitching. What I'm hoping. Okay, after a little bit of cutting, it'll just unfold just like this, and you can just slide it right off of there. So those are two belts done. I'm going to go ahead and off camera do the other sides, because like I said, it's going to take a little bit more time for that other buckle. And I'm going to hold on to this one because it still actually operates properly, and then we'll maybe later use it. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get this other side taken care of, and then we're going to slot the other pieces that we have on here, and then later we'll take care of that little fold. Alright everybody, we got the seat belts through here the way they're supposed to be through the bottom on both sides. Now we're going to have to come in here and fix this because it's not flush, but what I'm going to do is use the same tubing here. I don't have enough to give me another like brick almost, but I'm going to do little feet here and here, and I don't mind the water over there. Every time it rains, this thing gets water in there somewhere. I bet you it's around these door seals and stuff. If you can't tell, there's rust. Anyways, I'm going to make these little seat peg deals about 1 inch down on each side, and then we're going to weld it to that and then get it kind of level and then weld it to the floor because these aren't going to touch. So we're gonna come into the shop, do a little measuring real quick, and cut and weld. Okay, I got my cubes cut out. Now, I made this side a second time because I wanted this a little bit higher. I came out here the first time and it wasn't high enough. So, I made this 1 3/8 and this is 1 1/4, but I left a little bit more than 1 3/8. So it's 1 3/8 and some 1 1/4. But what I'm gonna have to do here is it's still at an angle, so I can weld that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna try to replicate that angle on this cube here, and I'm gonna try to get that little slant in there so I can just slide it in, weld it up. Okay, and then I'm gonna try to do the same thing on both sides. Now I can't replicate, like I can't just take that in there and be like, okay, that's gonna be the same thing, because it's gonna be different on each side, I guarantee it. So I'm gonna do it one side at a time, real slow. I wanted to line this up as best I could with the existing metal here, because this is overlapped and it's a lot thicker, easier to weld to, and hopefully I won't have to worry about burning straight through this. I'm hoping so, because this stuff, man, it's thin. So I'm gonna get a pencil and try to mark this up. We'll be back when I try to replicate it. So okay, right before we start welding, I just want to let you guys know I did not go with the slant 10,000 right there, because of the seat. You know, it was like this, and I needed it like that, and I didn't do that yet. So we went ahead and did it, and I had to stick a board to hold it because I, can only do one thing as one person at one time. But anyways, looks good on this side, looks good on the other side. So I think I'm going to start welding it. I'm going to tack here and then tack the bottom, and then we're going to run a bead, and a lot of tacks, because that's really thin metal right there, and this has thick metal on top of thin. So we're going to give it our best shot here, and she should be in there. We got the seat belts taken care of. Now we still have to come in here and get something to clip these together, because I'm not a sewer and I'm not gonna, hang my life on it, that's for sure. So we'll get something else in there, like big staples or something, and we'll take care of that later. But right now, I'm gonna weld this thing up. I think that's the last thing I'm gonna do for today, because it's getting. Can you see the sun up there? Look at the shades. Where is the time gone? It does. Whatever. We gotta get to work. here we are. They are welded in. Now I'm gonna repaint around this area. But I know it looks horrible. It wasn't easy to get to, but we got it done. Same thing on the other side. There you go. That's how you put a seat in there that doesn't belong in there. The not so cool way, because let me tell you right now, whoever takes that out next is going to be cussing me so bad, I hope it's not me. So anyways, there you go. That's it for today. I got some stuff I got to get to. And tomorrow we might, and I say might, put a fuel filter on there. And that's about it for this week. If we don't put it on there tomorrow, I'll just use tomorrow's editing, because I always put my videos out late. So, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Alright everybody. We're doing the outro now. I thought about going up there and doing a little bit of stuff, but I'm going to save it for next week. So, I think this is where I'm going to cut it. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Everybody that comes in here, new, old, don't matter. Thank you guys. And, you know, like, comment, subscribe, help the algorithm for me to help me get out there to reach other people. And I hope to see you guys on the next week's video. Or, you know, the last. Whichever. I like to see you guys watching. So, thank you guys, and you guys have a good day.